What?
So I spent a ton of money this past week.
Interesting.
Did you as well?
It seems to be going around.
Did you as well?
Yeah, these adult fucking purchases are. Well, I'll get to it.
Okay. So I was sitting there and I was like, so a kid's first concert experience to me is important.
Okay, let's just review. What was your first concert?
Neil Diamond.
Okay, that's fucking great. Phil?
My first one was not until I was an adult. Already it was Metallica.
Well, fair. Okay.
Wait, what tour was that?
The one that Summer Sanitarium of 2003. So it was supporting Saint Anger.
Yeah, that sucks.
No, it was a great show, but I didn't care so much
but it
about
was
the
past
album.
the magic hour.
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Weezer.
Okay.
Fair.
You ready for mine?
Yeah.
The Oak Ridge Boys.
Okay.
Do we know any Oak Ridge Boys songs?
I don't know any. I'm familiar with them.
Elvira.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
heart's on fire.
Island of the
Elvira.
Boom,
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I know the song. I didn't know it was them.
Idiot.
So I like mine obviously was my dad's choice, right? Like it wasn't me running off to see Neil Diamond.
Dude, I would love to take your place, like us trade bodies. I just take your body for that night. I won't do anything weird at the concert, I promise. And just to, I don't know, man, just to think of, okay, here's a music thought I had. All right. When music first became available as a recording, it was not very good, right? They were like originally
the quality of sound.
The quality of sound. Even if you go like, I think we're probably right now at the pinnacle. But when music was like, or you're listening to it in your Model T or whatever on your one speaker on your AM radio, right? So getting an opportunity to see that artist perform was so special because that's how that music was meant to be
sound.
played and be heard, and you didn't get that.
Yeah, and the quality would be so different.
Are we in the opposite world now?
Oh yeah, and we've been there.
Right. So I don't know how this came to my mind yesterday, but I was just thinking about how, now it's almost, I don't go to a ton of concerts, but I know what you're getting into. If it's a hip hop concert, they're probably just going to rap over the song, right? Unless it's like a heavily produced deal.
That's what I want though.
I do to an extent,
Okay,
but I want them to actually not just stand on the stage and
Yes,
bob their
I want a
head.
performance.
I want people,
Yeah.
But I hate
tell you,
when a hip hop band, like when a hip hop group like brings a band out to do the song. Like that shit doesn't sound right.
I know what you mean.
I want
think
the
a
loop,
drummer,
motherfucker. Give me the loop.
Right.
I think a drummer works with
every
with a
now and
DJ,
then. Every
right?
now and then.
But now, like, nobody's going to do anything unless you're going to some like sit down, like Tori Amos shit. She might do something. You know what you're getting on these tours, and it's, I don't know. It's a mindset shift, I guess, that we've had as a culture about
I
the value of music.
The opposite.
And then one more thing, real quick on that, is the availability of music.
You mean so much of it?
Yeah, I mean, no, I can press a button on my phone and hear it.
Yeah.
I know not every single nook and cranny, but the majority of any song I would want to hear.
Right.
Yes, I mean, I had some people had sent me a song a while ago that I was like, that's mid or below mid. And then I saw a live performance. I didn't
Of same said mid song.
of same mid song. It was a million times better.
Yeah, I think that is like
interesting.
That you can have that experience is still possible. It all depends on the quality of performance and the vibe. Like sometimes, like
And the soberness of the performer.
yeah,
Be honest.
It definitely wasn't any of that. It was actually more raw and more obvious emotion, less polished. So I think a lot. So I'm into lately like singer-songwriter type American folk kind of stuff.
Like Dylan or something.
I love Dylan.
Yeah. So, but a lot of the polished stuff just doesn't feel right. It's been too overproduced.
Yeah, too manufactured.
Too smooth. But when they go play it live, and this guy was just like, I mean, screaming the lyrics.
Yeah,
And
I know
still was able to control his voice to a point, and like the song was significantly better and actually took on a completely different meaning.
Do you think that it was studio pressure to put out a more digestible version of it, and he's like, "Yeah, but I'm not going to play that."
No, I read something about it where he said that it just felt right in the moment, and he just did this different version of it, and he'd been experimenting with kind of.
I mean, that's
changing
cool
the song.
if you know these guys are going to be like fucking around and trying different stuff.
And sometimes shit evolves.
Yeah,
like
and that's what I think
and
it was.
could be something as like,
some
it
previous
evolves.
tour, he had put a little bit more into it, and the crowd reacted a different way, and he was like, "Oh, that kind of sounds different too." And then
it's a very like minute thing, but there's this Nine Inch Nails record called "Terrible Lie." Right? There's this. I think it's the end of the second verse. He's like, "Could this world really be as sad as it seems?" Terrible lie, right? But live somehow it has just evolved over time. Like whenever he does it live, he goes, "Can this world really be as sad as it fucking seems?" But it adds something.
Yeah,
right.
You know, like it's like this small little tweak, but he obviously knows it works too because he does it every time now.
Right.
You know? So it matters to me. I saw Neil Diamond. I'm not proud of it. Not that I hate it. You know, it was like my dad was fucking.
Bum, bum, bum.
And the thing about that is like, so I grew up, my dad listened to all the old man music you could possibly imagine. We listened to like classic rock in the sense of like Chuck Berry classic rock. We listened to like sha-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na, butter. Like when people had cigarettes rolled up in their sleeves music.
The Big Bopper.
We listened to, but we also listened
leaves.
to Neil Diamond and shit like that, and like like Love on the Rocks. When I was a kid, I was like, man, this has a vibe to it. Like I still fuck with Love on the Rocks.
That's a good track.
Yeah, but I always have to say that whenever anyone asks me, "What was your first concert?"
Well, I didn't pick the Oak Ridge Boys. I was just taken to the Oak Ridge Boys.
Yeah, same.
And I can name one song.
How old were you guys when you went?
Elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah, it was probably around the same age.
Okay.
I was
but
like 18.
yeah, that's fair. So I always have to answer that. Now, the first concert that I saw on my own, where I bought tickets to it and I went, was Wu-Tang: Rage Against the Machine.
I mean, that makes more sense.
Correct. Now,
And my first, so like I went with friends to Weezer, and I liked Weezer.
Yeah.
And the first one that I saw where I was like, I want to go to this was George Clinton in Parliament Funkadelic.
which ended up not being
that's cool.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's too old.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Pass.
But so anyway, it's important. It has been important for me to have the first concert experience with my kids. Music is a big part of this house. I want it to be a moment that we all share. I want it to be something reputable. I want it to be something that they do not cringe at when they look back at it, that when someone asks them that question, they can answer with confidence and tell a story and something like that. So Jaina's birthday is coming up in September. Nine Inch Nails is touring. I bought tickets for her and I to go see Nine Inch Nails, just the two of us.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Which would be fine.
Yeah.
Which would be fine. It's not the Nine Inch Nails that I grew up with. It's a different Nine. It's a more mature, more sober Nine Inch Nails that she's receiving.
Duller nail, maybe.
Have you
It's filed.
have you seen Reznor in the past few years or no?
What do you mean? Seen him?
Live.
The last one I saw the Discipline tour.
Okay.
Where it was him and Judas Priest. No, not Judas Priest. Jane's Addiction.
Okay.
What was Jane addicted to?
Good question.
Paravirals.
Well, I believe it's heroin.
Her twin
Oh,
on that album cover.
Heroin.
That's true.
Anyway, so bought that checks Jaina's box, right? Now I have the other two, and it's important that they all like something, that we all like it. That is not just like dad taking you to fucking like, no, this is Mobb Deep, and yeah, Prodigy's not here with us anymore, but we're going to learn about it.
he's a UK drill rapper.
or that. Yeah,
Making a rare American tour appearance.
I saw Fabio Foreign, drill rapper, with Gamez in the Fillmore in Montgomery County. Like, let me tell you something.
Wait, Gomez?
Yeah, me and Gamez went.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Why are you so surprised about Gomez?
I didn't realize he was into drill.
I wouldn't say he's into drill, but he likes the records.
Okay.
So.
All right.
So anyway, we went to that, and I can tell you, I was the only 40-year-old white man in the crowd. I can guarantee it.
Okay.
But I had a hell of a time. Except this one, it's funny. I've told this story before, but like there was this group of guys that like kept moving around and they were like, they were setting my spider sense off, and I tapped, actually Cody was with us, and I tapped Cody. I was like, just keep an eye on them. And I went to tap Gomez, and he was like, the ones in the corner. I was like, yeah. Like, he was already on the same page. It turns out they were like part of the entourage, and they ended up on stage at the end. But I think they were making sure that the scene was safe.
The ops weren't there.
Okay.
But anyway, that being said, so there is a band touring America this year. They are not doing many shows, and my wife is into them. I'm into them. Jaina likes them, and the younger two like them, and we all like them differently. Like, we all like different songs by them. We all like celebrate.
So you want to go as a group family,
And I bought tickets.
and who was this band?
Sleep Token.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was Sleep Token. Yeah.
Where?
Brooklyn.
Damn. All right. Yeah, they're
At
tough
the
tickets to get.
Barclays.
I heard Sleep Token in the gym yesterday.
Oh, was it Bow? Really? Melina?
It's A shift.
Oh, yesterday. Really? Morgan. Huh. I don't know then.
Bobby.
Plato?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't even know how.
I don't know if it was like a
Was it-
a Spotify created playlist, but there was a lot of like Rage Against the Machine. And
Oh,
Okay.
probably. Okay. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good with that.
But it
Sleep
is,
Token's
it is
current.
interesting that it infused
Permeated.
itself in there,
Yeah. So
and it didn't get skipped.
So yeah, so that's good. So tickets, I think we're around, for the 5 of us, $1,500.
Holy shit. That kind of
Just
makes
in
sense.
tickets. He's that popular now.
And then now we're gonna have to spend probably another $1,000 in
Yep.
travel and lodging and
Don't forget the Patreon, folks. You sign up for just $1.
Now introducing the
stuff's
new
at 20.
$1,500.
That's right.
and you can
Robert,
feed a starving skull face.
Robert, that's for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know you're listening.
Robert will buy you dinner one night, so you know that'll be covered.
So yeah, it was. I think it's going to be worthwhile. I think it hurt. It hurt my pockets, but I think it'll be something that they will take with them forever. Like,
That is.
I really hope so.
yeah.
So speaking of live music, I was in the city Saturday.
Okay.
At night.
The city of
No, during the day.
Jesus Christ. Well, you said live music venue. I'm like, oh boy.
the city of
night.
Baltimore.
The city of
Oh, yeah.
Baltimore.
Baltimore comes alive at night.
I just go to the symphony at night. That's the only place I go.
I went for a little day drinking in Fells Point.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
I've heard that's a spot where they do
Oh,
that.
Pretty
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I went to Max's Tap House.
Okay.
Way too many strong IPAs. But on my way in, there was a outside live show happening. What's the fucking area that has all the clubs?
Outside.
No, so the clubs on the inside clubs, but there's
Yeah.
like there used to be a bunch of them right there.
It's like right before the T. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm
So-
sure everyone here knows exactly what the fuck you're talking
Right
about.
before Broadway dead end.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So there's they had an outside venue set up, a stage like on the grass in between those two streets. that come in.
Right. That's cool.
Oh,
And then
boy.
it was fenced off.
Hang on. Originals or covers?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
I was
You were.
in the back of an Uber in
Oh.
traffic,
Oh.
window down, see the stage, see the people,
The people.
the people. What genre do you think? Saturday, 3:00 in the afternoon.
Ska.
I'm going to say classic rock.
Country.
Death metal.
No, fuck. I'm there.
Swear to God.
Fuck.
Wouldn't have been my guess.
More white people in all black
Yeah.
than I've
Hey, man.
ever seen in Baltimore.
I got
It's my people.
figure out who this
It was.
Are you a big death metal fan?
I mean, I'm into metal of various
Yeah,
types.
dude,
Not
wow.
necessarily death metal specifically.
I don't know for
I should.
sure. it
I'll
was
send
death
you
metal,
the
but,
links
you
to my
know,
brother's bands, and
Um,
you tell
I
me.
think
if
I've
you like
asked you
death
about
metal.
them before.
It felt
Yeah.
Slipknot
Because you used to play something with.
adjacent.
I would enjoy that probably.
You know.
Crab.
Yeah. and they're all like, I mean, like,
Yeah, dude.
You can put it on a pretzel.
That's the culture.
You can put it on a
and
cracker.
I was like, I really understand why this was happening during the day, so that everybody could be out of the city by like 7:30 at night.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of great times in Fells. Yeah, a lot of great times. And so I'll tell you another music performance happened in Fells. There was a homeless person that was outside strumming his guitar, and I went down there with a bunch of people. And
To see him?
No, but
That would be
He's
something.
the opener.
but we kind of. So while my buddies were like going into like bars and shit, me and my buddy Troy went and got a
Of
pint.
course, it's Troy.
And came outside and sat with this dude and like spiked his cup, and we just sat outside and was like rapping with him and freestyling with him.
shit,
and
that's good.
So he was
singing
just
with
making
him.
stuff up on the guitar.
Yeah,
he
he
wasn't
was just
playing
playing
any common stuff.
and
Was there actually a guitar?
yeah, oh yeah.
he's a really good
Because
guitar.
sometimes they don't have the.
right. It's just like,
Was the
they
was
play
the
like
gu-
I play.
Was the guitar intact?
I can't, and I'm sure it was like it wasn't like
Yeah, tuned.
Tuned,
Probably.
I
right,
think
Yeah.
Bobby walked up like, that's not a C sharp.
right.
Okay.
So hold on. So we sat
Okay.
out there and was like jamming with this motherfucker for like an hour while my
that's
buddies were like
awesome.
going into clubs, and eventually like they all came, like my buddies came to like get us, and if this is fucked up now because Rio, God bless the dead, is no longer with us, but Mario came up to us. It was like, hey, come on, wrap this shit up. What the fuck are y'all doing? Like, you're out here singing with this dude, and my buddy Troy started singing this song, and he was like something. He was like, you loser, you fat loser, why don't you? And then the guitar started picking up, and then my buddy Troy was like, kill yourself, kill yourself. I swear I'll help. If you cut your veins, I'll clean up the mess. And now look at this whole thing. We're all laughing, and everybody's singing the song to Mario that he should just kill himself.
Oh my god! Oh, dude, that's dark.
Yeah. So
Retrospect.
So
Ooh.
then we like ended up in a car, and we were going into to the block for late night ventures to the block.
Of course.
Cheesesteak.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and I remember Mario just at some point like he was like, "Hey man," and Troy was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "What's up with all that kill yourself shit?"
Jesus.
Anyway.
Oh my goodness. Well, I found some information
Oh,
about
great.
why this was happening. Do you by chance know the name of the bar where the music was? Was it Angel Rocks Bar, Soundstage? One of those two?
I mean, it was a made up state that was
So
built.
soundstage isn't a bar. Soundstage is a music store.
It's an actual venue.
Okay.
This was
or a music place. And there's Sound Garden, I'm thinking.
yeah. This
of.
was like in the grassy area between two streets. This was not.
But yeah, between Broadway. Like yeah.
Well, what you stumbled upon, and Phil, as a death metal fan, I'm embarrassed for you that was Maryland Death Fest 20.
I couldn't remember which weekend it
serendipitous.
was. I knew it was happening because it's happened multiple years.
Holy
But-
shit.
20th.
I didn't
this
know
is the
it was
20th time.
Yeah, I didn't know. It was
Well,
the name.
also could have been, let's see.
no, but I didn't know it was happening this week.
It'd be weird if they had
whatever.
19 and 20 like flip.
Well,
They threw COVID in.
so I was trying to narrow down the name of the band you might have
Oh, good
encountered.
luck.
But not without knowing the venue. I'm going to guess it's at Angel Rock Bar because there's only 3. So you would have heard either Degraved, Druid Lord, or Inhumation.
I would say that a high chance it's one of those 3.
Okay. Well,
I hope it was Druid Lord.
if you were near
They're a bunch of wizards.
if you were near Soundstage 324, you could have heard the Cripple Bastards.
I would like them
That
more.
sounds better.
Or this may be the best band name ever. Failure. Head of the Baptist.
talk about an affirmation.
right.
Triage. Is the name
I don't
of
like
one?
that one.
Triage I've heard of.
Imperial Crystalline Entombment. That's the name of
that's-
the band. Ice. It's ice. And what if it was all like?
course it is.
What if it was all Hispanic dudes that played in that band?
I would like that.
That would be
I'm seeing
hilarious.
there's Oh, Kronos.
Kronos I've
hate
heard
that.
of.
Kronos. Necropsy odor.
Oh, damn. Well, I can attest to that.
Oh my god!
So the best part about this,
Hold on. Skepticism.
the best part about this whole death metal festival happening is that the people in Fells Point were not the normal Fells Pointers.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It just added a little extra to the soup.
Yeah. Your Fells Point crowd is usually
Saturday
like almost like
afternoon.
your college type.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
not when I go.
okay.
So like I try to go at 3.
It's a specific time. It's great.
Yeah, as an alcoholic, you have to. That's
fair.
I'm there for business.
Got to get your reps in.
He's in
Gotta get your reps in.
capitalizing reloads.
Yeah, so it's like I like 1 p.m. on a Saturday, and then that way I'm home by like 9. And I'm good. These kids all go out at like 11:30 at night,
Yeah.
right? And then they hit it hard for 2 hours, and then
Yeah.
throwing up in the street. But
Sure.
at 1 p.m., it's typically our age people
Yeah.
having a couple of cocktails, and there might be a few that are trying to party a little harder.
Does anybody know you by name?
No, not there. The other bars that I normally go to.
Okay.
But yeah, so like having like mixed in like showgoers that are also death metal showgoers.
Yeah, that's good
that
people
have
watching.
Probably like
Oh, yeah.
been pre-gaming before they show up at
Yeah,
2
right.
p.m.
With
when the-
various substances.
when like the grandparents are also coming into Max's Tap House because they're like the fish sandwich and a British pub ale that's 3.1% alcohol, and like those two mixed together, fantastic.
So I have a
I'm
couple.
sure the older people were like wide-eyed.
Yeah.
a couple more gyms. Now this. Some of these, to be clear, were part of the pre-fest that started Wednesday. But just
It's
this
a
first one
multi-day
is
event.
Cancer,
That's easy.
molested divinity. That's a good one.
That's a good name.
Let's see what else here. Mournful congregation,
It's awful.
dripping, flesh hoarder.
Tasty Tate.
That's the name right there.
Yeah, and I said skepticism. So
Crippled Bastards is my favorite.
Yeah.
how much sounds like a wrestling tag team actually? How much do you think? So that was, I guess, depending on how many pre-fests you went to. I just looked up the cost of the tickets for this. What
$75.
you're not far off.
Let's say 50.
80.
Well, we're like 127.
Oh, okay.
Of course, after taxes and fees, it's 416.
right.
I mean, how can Ticketmaster stay in business without collecting $300 per person?
Yeah. Trust me, I'm well aware.
Yeah.
I'm well aware. So yeah, that does that. Phil, you were here first, but that means you would have got your coffee first. You almost tricked me, Phil.
Yeah.
Farrell, how was your nerd week?
Oh, yeah. Light on the Nerd Week. So I tried to watch Pee-wee as himself.
I did too.
I forgot that came out.
I did too. I fell asleep, but not because it was bad, just because I was tired.
Yeah, same here. I got 85% of the way through the
I didn't-
first
Oh, okay.
Is it episodic or is it just one long thing?
two
okay.
episodes.
two
Okay.
episodes. They're like, I think just over an hour long.
And then why not make it a 2-hour movie?
Because I bet you the first 15 minutes, the second episode is recapping what they did in the first episode.
I haven't gotten that far, but I'll let you know.
Yeah.
How was it so far?
Did you learn any new information?
Yeah, so like he
Once again, I'm just going to wait till it comes out in the theater.
so it's like
Which type of theater?
so
That's the gag.
Roll
they
the
go
dice.
through his whole like childhood and him at the Growlings and his the most interesting thing in the first one that I thought was that he went to go audition for SNL and he got blackballed
Wow. I didn't realize that.
because of I've seen him. He's a
Because of his gang ties?
no. Who's the comedian that who does the joke about the family, the Aristocrats?
Oh, I mean, they all have done
Yeah,
that.
I don't know who.
Who's like
Chevy Chase?
No, famous for being like way over.
Bob Saget is a famous one. Chevy Chase is a famous one.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's
okay.
a famous one too.
Yeah, so Gilbert was friends with the producer of SNL, and he walked in, and so
Lauren Michaels.
Yeah, but so he's like when Pee Wee Herman walks in, he's like he recognizes that Gilbert Gottfried has a similar like aura about him, where he's like calculating and he's like over the top, but it's not really him,
Right.
And he found out later that Gilbert Gottfried was like, "You don't need him here."
We got one of those
We
already.
got one of those.
You don't need him here.
Yeah. So that was pretty interesting. But it's just like the Growlings was interesting, that like where it started as that, improv group, and that people it turned into like a cult in a way, that they just spent 7 days a week doing this, and then they were like, well, we need to make some money. Mm-hmm. So then they started selling tickets to their little practice troupe.
Yeah.
But like, he's in a way like trying to make it seem like we didn't know that he was gay.
He's gay.
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean that came
I mean,
out.
he was by himself in the theater.
I'm not sure
so-
that I don't really pay
He's
attention.
watching gay porn.
Oh, was he? I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that was.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah. So
What else are you supposed to do in those theaters? I was always
That's
confused
my-
by that.
my
Like,
thing is-
why do they think people go in there for the fucking cinema?
well, I like
Oh,
the
look at-
surround
look at-
sound of it.
Look at the.
Yeah, I mean,
look at the weight. Look at the weight.
it was like, I mean, in the 70s, the late 70s into the early 80s, I mean, they were having full on gangbangs in adult cinemas. Like it became like a swingers club. in
Yeah,
a lot
but
of-
I think like when he got popped for it.
So to speak, he was just buttering the
So
popcorn.
I don't know if he popped when he got popped.
right.
What if it was
He's like, this is what does it for me.
what if
Arrest
that-
me
What if that's
now.
what it actually got him in trouble? Is he got one of the cops? Like they walked up right as he was finishing.
So
and,
I had read somewhere that it was because it was in New York. It was their effort to shut him down.
Oh, he was like targeted.
No, not him particularly.
was that the
The clubs.
To
was
shut
that
down,
Giuli-
yeah.
To shut down
all the peep shows and
cinemas.
clubs, yeah.
So Giuliani then.
In Times
they,
Square.
they were going in looking for people doing that, even though everybody knew that's what you were doing.
Right. Just like they used to have those shows where like the girl was in like the center box, and
Right.
like the guys would sit around, you put tokens in, she would dance for you behind the glass, and you could jerk off in
Right.
there. And
So they were doing raids on them.
Yeah.
To
They're
get
trying to clean up the city.
to get them shut down. So he just got wrapped up in that.
but like I always
And I don't
ask,
know if he was wrapped up or not. I can't imagine you would if you're just yourself. But
was he the first canceled celebrity?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is.
didn't he try to make a comeback?
I think.
I'm gonna come.
He like I know that like there were people that continued to like tip their hat to him. Like Tim Burton like never turned his back on him.
Yeah.
Like
He's in Mystery Men.
yep, he's in Mystery Men.
He's in a lot. So like the big,
He's in Batman Returns.
yeah, the
Yeah.
big,
He's
that's
Penguin's
right.
father.
Yeah, that's right.
the
Yeah,
big,
he had
like,
a lot of like bit parts
Yeah.
over the years.
the big, like him being in movies was in Cheech and Chong. When he was like
Like
the
Up in Smoke and
like the
all the classic
hotel
ones.
clerk,
Okay.
but he only would play
that.
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, so he played his character Pee Wee Herman.
But they didn't say it was Pee Wee
Yeah,
Herman,
yeah.
but it was the same
Mannerisms.
dress,
Okay.
the
Okay.
mannerisms. the-
Interesting.
So like, and that he's saying like he created this character, for the Growlings, and then it became a thing, and then he got lost in the fact that it was the character, and he liked the idea that when he didn't have the makeup on and the dress on, that he was just a normal person, that nobody really knew him,
Right.
and he was so
He could just blend in with society.
but he was just that character, and then nobody knew anything about him personally.
Okay.
So Pee-wee's Big Adventure in 1985, Pee-wee's Big Holiday in 2016.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
see, that's the one that-
I think it was like a Netflix thing, maybe.
I don't remember that. Big Top Pee-wee in 88. Matilda in 96. Oh, he was in Blow. That's right.
That's right.
He was great in
Yep,
Blow.
He was good in that.
when I don't remember what year did he get busted, so to
It
speak.
was right. I think it's right after Pee Wee, Big Top Pee Wee.
Okay.
It was
Christmas,
in the 80s.
Christmas at Pee-wee's in 88. Buffy the Vampire Slayer in 92. Mystery Men in 99. Nightmare Before Christmas, that's Burton in 93. Flight of the Navigator in 86. Cheech and Chong's Next something. I can't see the whole thing. Next Movie is what it's called. 1980. I guess that was the sequel. Quiz Lady in 2023. Dunstan Checks In 96. Pee-wee Herman
classic
Show
monkey
in
movie.
2011. Batman Returns, Nice Dreams, 81, Blues Brothers in 80, Back to the Beach in 87, Star Tours.
You know, these are probably in like some sort of order in some list.
Yeah, but not on this one. Cocaine Bear in 2023.
Of course,
He's on the Google screen.
South of Heaven 2000, Life During Wartime 2009, Buddy in 97, Midnight Madness in 80, The Tripper in 2006.
Can you just say ones we might have heard of?
Meatballs Part 2.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that.
That's right.
Beauty and the Beast.
What, the live action one?
The Enchanted Christmas.
Oh,
The animated one.
He did a voice, I'm sure.
okay.
The Smurfs in 2011.
Wow.
Let's see. Robot Chicken. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Dr. Doolittle in 98.
Was that the Eddie Murphy
He's in
one?
fucking Moonwalker?
Oh, with Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Reno 911.
That makes sense.
He's in Sesame Street in 88.
No,
I mean, everybody did Sesame Street. back then, yeah.
Did he ever do Sesame Street?
I'm going to look up Paul Rubin in Moonwalker. I remember Joe Pesci.
Gosh,
I don't think I've ever seen Moonwalker all the way through. I've seen clips of it.
Oh, Moonwalker's great. I don't see any pictures of it. Like
it might have been a voice.
he's like wearing the same outfit as Michael. It's fucked up. This looks like another one from my bathroom wall. Like that's fucked up. MJ vibe. Pee Wee Herman died. Oh.
So he was arrested for the theater bit in the 80s, not the 90s.
If we could only find a way.
I mean, we haven't gone to that in the documentary.
Okay.
Look at this.
What? That's crazy.
Oh God, they both had on the same amount of
Okay.
makeup.
Yeah.
I don't remember him in Moonwalker at all. Oh well, that's wild. Hey, the more you learn.
So he was arrested. It was in Sarasota, Florida, for indecent exposure,
Not New York.
not New York. So they must have been trying to clean it up to 91.
I mean, Sarasota.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
So yeah, so interesting. Not like I can't wait to get home to watch part 2,
Right. But worth a watch.
but worth it. Let's see what else. Oh, so I adopted a fish, right?
Like a goldfish.
A beta fish.
Okay.
So yeah, he died
Oh, wow.
Man.
How long had you had the fish?
since March 19th.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow.
So
If it makes you feel any better, my wife has put an aquarium in our kitchen and has had 3 beta fish over the past year.
so
And Mason is currently setting up an aquarium. Right now, he's got live plants and all this shit in it.
so he passed Saturday morning
Yeah,
or sometime Friday night into Saturday morning, and then I got another one.
nice. It's crazy how
A beta fish again?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll just send you a picture of my wife's got I don't know.
What's this one's name?
Fish 2.
Fish too.
I like it. Fish stew?
Fish 2.
One word. Fish stew.
Yeah. So he's a twin-tailed half-moon beta.
Sure thing.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
That's the name they used AI to make up when they shipped them in.
Yeah, but
To put a
so like
UPC on 'em.
this time made sure because I adopted him because some other people got him and didn't take care of it.
Okay.
So this time I made sure the water was correct before I put the fish in. You know, the minimum stuff you would do for an animal. But I put live plants in the aquarium this time to
Nice.
hopefully make it a little bit better for him. So shout out to Fish 2.
Shout out to Fish 2. RIP to Fish 1.
Fish 1, RIP. So the last thing,
We were worried the Fish 1 might have been overfed for a bit.
yeah. And also, they like water.
overfed these men.
So they like water somewhere around 78 degrees.
Who doesn't?
And
Perfect.
the original
Tepid.
owners of the fish just put them in tap water,
Oh, that poor creature.
like without any.
You know some really dumb people.
I do.
Also very young people.
Yeah, they're very young,
But that means they have phones with YouTube on it.
but they didn't try.
Yeah. That's,
Were they
do
get-
you
did
remember being young?
Did they win this fish at a carnival or
It
something?
was on sale somewhere, and they just bought it.
Okay, so you're working with a disabled discounted fish to start with that
No, I
could
think
be
the rest-
12 years old.
So like the normal price of
discounted
fish 2 cost me $8. So I think there was the tank that they bought was on sale. So they spent like $20 and bought like a small fish bowl and some rock and a little fucking plastic tree.
No filters or anything.
Bought Tetra food for it. It's a beta fish.
Yeah.
So immediately I was like, what the fuck? And then it just turned into a thing where we upgraded the tank, bought a heater, made sure the water was correct, bought the correct food, accidentally left the food out next to it. So people just started feeding it like 40 pellets at a time. It eats 3 a day,
Right.
He put on some weight.
But yeah, so this,
They said it was just water weight, though.
Just wring him out like a towel.
so yeah, unfortunately, I don't think his last day was very pleasant for him. But
I think he drowned.
no, he got dropsy.
What's that?
So it's basically a fish being septic,
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
where they can't excrete any waste products, so they just become bloated, and their skins end up like their scales end up pine coning out, and they basically just go into organ failure.
Oof.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah. Well, no, I have that in my mind. Appreciate
So
that.
he is now buried in the basil. Dust to dust.
Seriously, man. Yeah. That's how it's all fucking supposed to work.
Yeah.
Throw a dead fish on some. Yeah.
So instead of flushing him down the toilet, we'll get some better basil out of him.
Yeah.
I love basil.
I
so
beat a fish one.
The only other thing, other than me getting my truck back, great,
Woo.
283,000 miles, couldn't kill it,
Uh-huh.
is I watched The Last of Us, the latest episode last night.
Uh-huh.
Is that the season finale?
I hope.
Oh, is it only like 6 episodes?
It's not, but I
think
hope it
it's-
is.
Hold on, I wanna look right now.
Are you done with that show yet? like, as in sick of it?
I am so angry about this show.
Yeah, because you didn't seem to like it the last time.
So the flashback
there.
episode was decent.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
This episode was like they took everything that I have been complaining about and then turned the fucking dial up. Like it's just it's like, how the fuck are you still alive? And then also just implausible bullshit. So yeah, if you want to be pissed off, go ahead and watch episode 7.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
saying
that's it.
It's over.
It says the second season considered shorter than the first season, which had 9. Yep, that's it. You're done. I've got.
Oh wow, I might finish
7.
it then.
So I'll watch that last episode. Did it leave you on any kind of cliffhanger situation?
Yeah, mega one.
Okay. Well,
His face says it all.
And that doesn't make sense because the after the episode, like with the idiot producer, made it sound like there's at least 2 more episodes.
okay.
So, but now we're
don't know.
focusing on what's the other chick's name? Anne, the one that comes in and kills Joel.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now we're
Abby.
Abby. Now
Abby.
we're supposed
Where's
to be
Abby?
focusing on her. So I'm like, great, another female lead.
You know, I was saying when we were talking about it upstairs, like my wife has pretty much stopped asking to watch it, so I can just kind of get out of watching it. Because I don't.
Then don't. Listen
yeah.
to music.
I might. But if it's only 2 episodes left, I might try to finish. But if it's going to go on for another 4 or 5, it's like, ugh.
Well, it won't be any longer than 9, but everything I just said at 7, and there was some scuttlebutt about live reactions to the finale, so I'm assuming
No,
that's it then.
Like I don't understand how you can fuck up a show. Like I get that they're using the game, right? But like, why would you make season 2 if you know the story sucks?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just say, "Hey, look, we made the first season based on the first game. We had some creative differences with the second game, so we're gonna just create a different story."
Well, I agree with you, but I have a feeling they're just trying to get through from the literally. I was trying not to read spoilers. The one sentence I saw was, "It almost looks like they're gonna like season 3 will be the second half of the game based on where they stop.
Oh, second half of the second game.
No, second half of the 5th game. No, there's only 2 games. So
Apparently feels lost.
they're going back to the first game as a. It's like watching Star Wars in that machete order. So you watch the first 4 episodes,
Then you skip to the prequel.
and then you go play the second game on hard.
Yeah, after 7 episodes of twists and turns, The Last of Us Season 2 may have just ended with this most jaw-dropping cliffhanger of all.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I mean, and it was not good.
How many are there?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just figured there was a horde that it ends on.
No.
horde. Oh, great.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, maybe Joel's not really dead.
Wow.
Did you see?
Did you?
No,
Oh, okay.
but like just imagining the stupidity of that.
It's fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably watch it. What is it? I don't.
At least it's over.
Let me watch it today.
At least the pain will stop.
I'm sure they'll milk a season 3 somehow.
Yeah, but it's like
Come on, Betsy. Come on, Betsy. Give a little milk squirt.
the basic parts elements of season 1 was really good, and then I get, like I said, I get you got to use the canon or whatever, but fuck, you didn't need to make season 2 if it was going to be garbage.
Yeah. I hear you.
Anyway, that's it.
That's it.
Season 2 garbage.
Christopher,
So
you spent some money.
I spent some money.
Flex.
Yeah, I'll give you one.
So literally for 2 years, my wife and I have been talking about getting a new mattress. Right? We've had ours. We got it, I think, 2018. So-
Fuck the other one to death.
you have.
I mean, you're not wrong, but it also is the wrong height for a lot of activities.
That's the worst.
It really is.
Dude, this is no bullshit. The last time we got a mattress, which was some time ago, like a bed situation, I walked her up to it and was like, bend over a little bit. Let me see how this. I'm like, okay, this is going to work.
Exactly did that.
I like the thought of Chris being in a mattress store, right? And he's just like, "You got something a little bit. This one comes to like my knees.
Yeah,
I'm looking for something a little bit
Yeah.
closer to my cock area."
Yeah, something that so imagine, you know how dogs need little step stools to get to bed? Something that a normal human would need step stools to get to is the type of bed I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So my wife wanted an adjustable frame bed, like the head tilts up. I jokingly said, "Do you just wanted me to go see if I can get 2 hospital beds?"
I mean,
It's a weird kink.
You get the
You got
Least
the
you could
nurse
be-
call button too.
At least you could be monitored while you're being choked.
Chris is going to come in, but he's the one going to come in the nurse costume.
How realistic do you need this to be?
We all know how well he was received as in drag at a Halloween party.
You tell my wife
seen
there's probably money to be made there, but she has yet to figure that out. So, anyways, we went to. She wanted a Nectar brand mattress. This is one of these internet brands, and I told her, I said, I don't want to buy a bed that I can't lay on.
Well, they've got a
Try it out,
30-day
yeah.
money back guarantee.
Oh, that's it's probably really easy. It's actually much better than that.
90?
We'll get to it in a second. Hang on. So
180?
keep in mind that Memorial Day is the Black Friday of the mattress.
Oh yeah.
No, it is. It's like when they do their deepest discounts. And
This
whatnot.
podcast is reaching a new level of being 40-somethings.
And also, if you'd like to try a Nectar, go to bobbyskullface.com/Nectar. Type in the promo code Nectar
Hey,
for 20%
listen.
off your
Dude, that's
Nectar
a-
mattress.
That is a promo.
Skull Sleep 10.
If one of our listeners knows how that kind of shit fucking works, hit me or Bobby or
Yeah.
any of us up and help us. Because, hey, I just spent a lot of money on a mattress. So we go to Mattress Firm. There's Mattress Firm and there's Mattress Warehouse locally.
So
Okay.
I like mattress mid-firm.
I like, Mattress Mid-Firm.
I don't like
That's right.
mattress soft.
No,
That's-
too much.
Hurts my shoulder.
So
He needs it just right.
So the
porridge.
one in Eldersburg had the mattress she wanted to get, and I told her, I was like, "Look, I don't really care. You sleep on this bed for the most part every night. I don't because I'm not here 2 weeks.
You're out in
a
the
month.
streets.
I'm sleeping in the. So we get there and we're the only people there. That is right around, I think it was like 11. No, it was 10:30.
AM?
10:30 a.m. Oh, they were having so their Midnight Madness sale.
Oh man.
Their Midnight Madness sale started at 10:30 at night, but
Right after Death Fest.
See, like,
yeah, well, there was a coupon at Death Fest. You could take it to any mattress firm and get a free set of pillows with an adjustable mattress frame purchase.
I don't know why I really like the idea of mattress stores being open from like 8 p.m. to like 4 a.m. and like come in and try it for an hour.
Yeah.
Like, bring your sheets in.
man.
This is I could take this one home.
Hold on.
They're trying something
This
for
isn't
an hour.
hateful.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you
it's not
have
a
to
bad
sleep
idea.
by yours. You have to sleep by yourself.
Yeah, but there's
no
like
trouble.
little rooms you go in.
Yeah.
Make your bed. You're like, I like this. I could take this home. I
Yeah.
like it. For $299, we'll have it installed in your house by 10:30 tonight.
You just want pillows for that price? So we get there. There are two people working. There's an older guy and a younger woman. The younger woman takes the lead, and I will tell you, she knows her fucking mattresses. Holy shit!
Well, she
you know that.
spent a
I mean,
lot of
I'll be
time on
honest
her
with
back.
you. Oftentimes, you go into somewhere like that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we saw a lot of this one," and that's all they can tell
She
you.
wants
But
that commission.
she was going into the padding and everything, blah blah blah. So my wife figures out kind of the one she wants. And the one she thought we wanted was way too fucking soft. So let's talk about mattress technology. Of course,
Do we have to?
it'll just take a second. There's only really three things.
Okay.
What a
Spring.
snooze fest.
Hey, is he become a Hobbit house?
Is there no Hobbit house?
They know Hobbit mattress.
Hobbit mattresses would be super soft.
Oh, they would.
Gracious. They probably
And low to the ground.
Yes.
No box
You would
spring there.
hate those.
I would hate them. I would hate them.
Is that what a mattress on the floor is? Just a Hobbit mattress?
Yeah.
It's just a futon mattress on the
Yeah.
floor.
Hobbits are the squatters of Middle Earth.
Oh my god. Do you think they stand up to wipe, or they just wipe while they're squatting?
Who said they wipe?
That's what them hairy feet are for.
Oh, Christ. Okay, sorry. Off the rails. Continue.
So we're in the mattress store, and you've got memory foam, right?
Yep.
You've got coil springs, and then like the pillow top version, right? So the one that she had picked out was called a hybrid. It is springs and foam. That shit was like fucking. It was inflated with air. Just it was so bouncy.
Oh, wow.
Then they had a full memory foam one next to it, and that's the one we ended up going with. So the dilemma Kelly had was you could buy direct from Nectar on their website for, I think it was $3,800 for the adjustable frame, double adjustable frame. So we have separate bed. The beds are separate. We have
Hate to hear it.
twin XLs.
It's like the Wonder Years.
Well, they're.
I'm kidding.
Hey, listen. That's fine.
Think about having a vacuum between the crack between the two mattresses.
Did anybody else think that shit was weird? Like when watching the Wonder Years as a kid?
My
Like,
my grandparents
Slept separate?
slept in their little twin beds.
so I didn't have any sort of model for what parents were supposed to, but I was like, all the other shows, it seems like they sleep in the same bed.
Yeah. So I think was it the cause? No, I don't remember. One show finally had the couple in bed together, and it was like.
Oh, really? It was a big deal.
Yeah, it was a big deal. Back
Oh,
in the day.
shit.
I don't remember which sitcom. Some sitcom did it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, Kelly is talking to this lady and getting really in the weeds, and I'm like, I don't fucking care. And there's nowhere to sit in this. Obviously, I could go lay on a bed. But
Plenty of places to lay,
There's
nowhere
only
to sit.
chairs.
It's not a chair store.
All right. Well, the only chairs are like there's this older guy hanging out at his desk wearing earbuds, and he has a computer that doesn't belong to work with him.
Does he
I'm like,
work
this guy-
there?
He does.
Okay. Because
Yes.
I thought maybe it was just some old guy who likes hanging out in the mattress store.
Well, I after talking to him, and I'll get to that because I have some questions about the mattress industry because I'm very fucking curious. They have chairs opposite where you can sit and do your arguing or whatever.
Financing?
And I just take a seat and just start bullshitting with this guy. So he's retired from a sales job, so we had a lot in common there. We talked about that a good bit, and he just works there part-time. No, actually, they don't hire part-time people. There's 2 people that work there.
They want them all in.
and they were both there.
Yeah, they want you committed.
Yeah.
You don't sleep every night. You don't work here.
He said, I let her do all the selling because she'll get the commission, and she's doing this for a living. I'm just getting play money. I'm like, okay. Well, and I started asking questions. I'm like, well, how the hell do y'all make money here? And he said, well, there's a couple things. One,
the mattresses only cost $8. We sell them for $3,900. You do the math, buddy.
you might not be far off. So Sealy owns Mattress Firm.
Ah, okay.
Posturepedic.
Guess what brands they carry there? All the Sealy brands. They own Stearns and a whole bunch of them. They own a ton of shit. So yeah, it was just interesting. And he said the bulk of their sales come on the holidays, and the rest of the time they just try to sell enough to stay open. And he says they sell a ton of these, like the discounted scratch and dent mattresses in the back. He's like, they'll sell 2 or 3 of those a day.
Wow.
$250 or something.
Wow.
So we got the adjustable bed. It does the head comes up, the feet come up. It does a lumbar, which is fucking dope. It has like 4 massage settings.
Right.
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm thinking about attachments right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like
you
maybe
also-
something you could strap on.
You know, there's handguns that are like massagers.
yeah.
I bought
Got
one of
one.
those so I could massage my wrist. And it didn't work the way I hoped it would. It just gave me a burn on my palm.
When you say at some of the hotels for work, do you like the ones where you put the coin in and the whole mattress? vibrates?
Yeah, dude,
Girl,
Pocono style.
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you saw one of those? And how much did you pay for that hotel room?
There's one at the Tip Top
That all checks out.
Motel.
That all checks out.
I don't know what that means.
It's
It's a fantastic establishment.
Yeah, probably has hourly rates.
I was going to say,
Heart-shaped jacuzzis,
is there
according to the signage.
is there a menu in there of all
believe it.
the services you can get?
I don't think they write it down.
It doesn't say brown, white, green, and it has numbers, or just numbers in different colors.
It probably does have hourly rates.
So
For the truckers.
So Kelly was sitting this on her phone, and she asked me to come over. She's like, "This is how much they have it here." And I said, "I think it was like 46 is what they wanted."
100?
Yeah, for everything. Nectar's website was 38 plus a delivery fee or something, like $100
From warehouse to bed frame.
right. And one good thing about having a local place do it is they'll take your old shit, because it is hard to get rid of. Have y'all ever tried to get rid of a mattress?
You just drive it somewhere. And
Well,
throw it out.
that's
Throw it
fine.
in the woods.
Find some kids that want to do
back
some
to nature
wrestling.
from dust to dust. Kind of like my beta fish. That's how they grow new mattresses.
Yeah.
I don't.
You had to look for hobbits and
The hobbits grow the mattresses. Is that what you're saying?
Actually, if you find a nice set of train tracks, that's the best place.
Sounds like it'll go over well. So
go over well. Stop it.
I told Kelly, I said, there ain't nobody in here. It's just us. You can go show her that price and she'll match it. And they matched it and gave us pillows and the sheet set.
what
And
I'm talking about.
it's just coming tomorrow. Like
All right.
That's just
I mean,
coming
I
tomorrow.
figured, honestly, I'm thinking about big
When are
money.
you coming?
I'm going to come.
Tomorrow.
Well, I have one more night on the old mattress, so I'm sure we'll figure out a way to
Send her off.
we might just take the sheets off and just like leave it. Like
Right on the
leave it.
mattress. That's gross.
And then you have you need to baptize the new one.
No, oh, definitely.
Well,
yeah.
Well, that's how they leave them scratch and dent ones in the back. A lot of stains.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're those 90 days. So, I want to say Nectar, if you order from them, they offer a 365 return. You can keep that shit for a year. That was
Except for during a leap year. Because then it's 366.
could you imagine if you called on day 366?
Like, bad
news. Leap year gotcha this year, buddy. Oh, sorry. Sorry, our fucking, these fuckers that set up our fucking universe. Oh, God, they missed it by one day. Damn, 24 hours. They fucked it up. They couldn't spread that out.
February 29th.
Make the
No,
clocks
not
tick
today,
just a little
motherfucker.
bit. Anyways. Aside from leap year, that doesn't matter because they don't offer that. They offer, I think it's a 4-month return. And I told Kelly, it's like, if you don't know by the end of 4 months if you like this fucking better or not, another 8 months isn't going to change your mind, right? So anyways, so tomorrow we get to tear apart the bed frame and all that fun stuff, and they'll be there sometime Tuesday. So
Nice, dude.
it's pretty impressive. And so, did we do anything else that day? I don't think we did.
Sounds like a full day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were there. It was like buying a car. I mean,
Yeah,
we were,
yeah.
We
It
were
sounds
there
like
for
it.
2 hours.
That just stresses me out, man.
Did they
Yeah.
offer an extended warranty?
So it's funny you asked that because Kelly initially didn't buy it, but this morning before I left, she's like, I got to thinking, what if that bed frame breaks? And
What are you doing, Chris?
no, I'm like some of the mechanicals were out, not stress fractures. But for, I think
Jackhammer
250
Chris.
more
over
like
here.
more like rest fractures, am I right?
for $250 they'll do a 10-year warranty on the bed frame. I'm like, yeah, because I guarantee you it would be. Like, I don't know. Those bed frames are expensive. I will say, we did not get the top of the line. We did not.
Peasant.
We did not get the version with the Bluetooth. But it does have charging ports, so I can charge my Ring doorbell camera on my bed.
I hate this world.
Those old
Whatever happened to
modern
just,
equipment
do you
for
not
everything.
have outlets in your bedroom?
Yeah, I have plenty.
Yeah,
But I also have an alarm clock with a
Yeah.
plugs on the top. What happens if I hook my bed frame up to my couch via USB? Do they communicate?
Yeah, dude,
like, now
Do
you-
they
like-
download
Like the
software?
bed's gonna be like, I see that you were on the couch for 6 hours last night. Do you not love me anymore?
yeah. Or it'll be like probably trying to get up and get some exercise. You've been laying around for
18 hours
it's
between
hooked
me
to your
and the
heart
couch.
monitor on your like.
Come on, you fat fuck. Let's go.
I just recently got a new microwave and like
Oh yeah,
ahead,
that's
go ahead.
right. You were talking about that.
and I closed the door and I saw it said Bluetooth compatible and I was like, I fucking hate this place. I fucking hate it.
I'm gonna see if I can hook into yours.
Chris is gonna start microwaving popcorn from down here.
Yeah, starts fucking with
I
my
don't think you can control it. I bet you can just play music.
starts fucking with the clock. We're winding it back an hour forward.
Pig. All right. So yesterday I went to lovely Steelton, Pennsylvania, to Chan's daughter's baby shower.
How was it?
It was a lot of fun.
Good.
It was a very interesting dynamic of people. It was us realm folk and some of Chan and JD's family who I have met many of them before. And then a bunch of people I didn't know who I assume are the family of the father of the twins. A couple of weeks ago, Chan had asked me if I would help with the gender reveal. This is fun. So
How many explosives did you use?
well, technically 2, but so she had an idea, and it went over really well, of dinosaur wrestling.
Oh well, shoot! Why wasn't I called?
So she had
Dinosaur wrestling?
4 inflatable T-Rex costumes.
That's awesome.
that
Phil's loving this.
Best thing I've heard in weeks.
Eli, Chan's son Eli, his 2 friends, Bear and Alex, and our very own Willy Whammo were the 4 participants in the
Nice.
in the inflatable dinos.
He's now Willie Slammo.
Yeah, he's Willie Slim.
Yeah, isn't it?
Well, so we had a canvas on the ground. There was and I wasn't like, I could show you guys how to do some stuff, but I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Were you the ref?
No, I was the MC / ring announcer /
Nice.
shenanigan bringer.
Nice.
They had a little portable speaker. We had a battery pack on it and a microphone, and yeah.
What was
There's a
your-
video in the Realm group if Derek live streamed it, of course.
What was your like? Let's get it on, or it's showtime.
Yeah, like, let's get ready to rumble.
Do you remember?
Well, I invited everybody down to the
Down to the tar pit?
Bobby's been down to Chano, the same place they had the wedding. Right?
Was it a rural rumble?
It was a rural rumble. So people were just like hanging out. The guys were down in their dino suits. We were originally going to try to have them walk down that steep hill.
Were they different
with their-
colors
yeah,
of
they're
dino
all
suits?
different
Okay.
But then I'm like, I'm afraid you guys are gonna fall on those steps, so we just did it. And then I was just like, come on down to the Dino Park, everybody, and just kind of made it.
Did you say you get your ass kicked?
No,
That's pretty good.
so we did have to come up with names for these.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what were the four names you chose for the four?
Well, this was a group effort. So we had Fetusaurus Rex,
I like it.
Triceratops.
But it's a T-Rex.
Who fucking cares?
Why,
I've seen blow up Triceratops costumes. That's why.
And we had the Battle of the Raptors. We had
Okay.
Lil Raptor,
Little rat.
and then the Crib Raptor. And they all picked music to come out to. I
course
played
they
it on my
I
phone.
wish you would have gone with sex themes. We could have had Tyrannosaurus Sex,
I used to have a T-shirt of that my step grandmother gave
You got
me.
to keep in mind.
Triceratops,
You got to keep in mind.
Fuckadactyl,
You got to keep in mind the audience here. Right?
Stega Don't Stop.
Although I doubt they would have noticed.
Or a Stega cum shot.
So
All right, sorry.
there was one name that they proposed that they did not see the fault in immediately, and I had to tell them. These are all kids like Mason's age. The Down syndrome dino.
Oh,
I said,
that's not going to go over well.
This is not the place for that. And they're like, huh? Oh, yeah, let's not do that. Right.
Okay,
So
that's awesome. What was their walkout music?
Oh, well, I can tell you because I had to make a Spotify playlist for it real quick. Let's just get in the weeds here. It's called Dinos. So one of them used the Dragon Tales theme song.
All right.
And one of Willie Whammo asked me to play this very specific to the second part of some James Brown song because it was in the Spider. I said, I'm not doing that. How about we use
that
Walk
checks
the
out.
Dinosaur?
Oh yeah.
And he's like,
That's-
okay, that's fine. Black Betty.
Oh yeah.
And
all
then-
right.
Bam Balam.
Yep, and then This Fire by Killswitch Engage, which is an old CM Punk theme
that's
song.
awesome.
Yep. That was a lot of fun.
I'm sure.
Good time. And then they popped the smoke and two girls.
Nice, congratulations! Shout out to the
two girls. They had a ton of gifts to open. So good stuff. I watched. Oh, real quick. Hey Phil, what's another
Oh, boy.
what's another
Hasn't
name?
even gotten to it yet.
What's another name for sweaty boobs? Think about like you're at
Don't
a.
think too hard.
Think about you're
trying to figure it out.
you're at a music festival in like July outside. What do you call them sweaty boobs, Phil? Just say I don't know.
Slipper things.
Humidities. That was pretty awful. Humidities. Maybe it just took a second because
Farrell's over here loving it.
It's the reaction.
All right. I did watch a couple things. I watched a movie called Mickey 17.
So what did you think? I saw that.
I don't know, man. It was it was fine. It was.
You didn't like.
I thought Pattinson did a great job playing
two different
especially
versions
when
of
there's
himself.
two versions of it.
What did you think of Ruffalo's performance as the pseudo
I
Trump?
hated the fucking teeth, dude. I hate it,
yeah, he
dude. They
did the
made me
teeth.
want to fucking hate him so much by the end of that. And was
He
that
was a great villain.
is Tony Collette? Is that
That was his wife. Yeah.
Oh, like with the fucking sauces? What the fuck,
Oh,
bitch?
yeah, she's
what the
great.
fuck are the sauces? And
that movie had a good setup, but it kind of lost the
yeah.
plot by the third act.
Yeah, I will say it is not a fun romp. It was a bit of a chore. I mean, I like the concept, the space travel, and all that, of course. And
But it seems like they leaned almost too much into the political humor instead of the actual
they
story.
did. Yeah, they did. And the girl was just
Because
like,
it's based on a book that's a lot more serious.
oh well.
Because the whole point
No,
of it
I
is to
know.
seriously tackle the concept of cloning and how that would affect a society, and they don't really do that.
I've seen Alien. I know how it ends.
I've seen episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
White shit in them. Dude, what if when the clones die, they had like that milky stuff like the synthetics do?
That
in
would
the
be
aliens?
gross.
Oh yeah.
Battlefields would be awful.
And I watched. I think I need to watch maybe the last episode of Gemstone season 2. It is nowhere near as good to me as the first season. Although there's the whole wrestling element, but some of that doesn't track for me. Not from a wrestling standpoint. Just like these people have been rich and famous. I mean, they kind of tell you the backstory of him killing the old promoter, but here comes, and I tell you what. if you put Eric Roberts in something at this point, why are you using him of all people?
Who is he?
Eric. Okay, in
Yeah,
Gemstone
it's
season
true.
2, he plays
It's been a long time.
Okay, well, in Batman,
In
Nolan movies,
he's the guy who drops off that.
he's with Harvey when Harvey flips the car.
Yeah. He's the guy
Eric
who
Roberts.
Bale drops off the ledge to break both his legs, and he says, "You still won't kill me." And he says,
maybe I better look
as
him
in the Joker. Is
Oh, okay.
worse.
Also,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
Julia
yeah,
Roberts'
yeah.
brother, and he's been in a trillion things.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
He's been in a ton of shit.
I think he doesn't say no to anything.
Yeah.
Were you satisfied with the amount of penis in Righteous Gemstone season 2?
You know, there was I will say I don't remember seeing as many.
Not as much hog, huh?
No,
So
not as much.
you need more.
And like, there's this whole storyline with the youngest son and his little bodybuilding cult. It's too much. I don't know, man. Like, I like this show, but
You need more bureaucracy.
I mean,
like
it's
Andor.
like it's a
He
comedic
needs more
take.
hallways.
More staircases.
It's a comedic take on a serious subject. which
It's a dark comedy.
I just don't think some of it's landing for me. That's just not my opinion. So, AEW had a pay per view last night. I didn't order it because I wasn't home, but
Oh, wow.
I think I've seen everything on the internet that I wanted to see. Which do I really need to spend $50 every month? I don't know. I'll spend on something.
You're a fan.
So,
Well, you got to save up for this new mattress.
it's paid for, buddy.
Nice.
Cash money records.
Damn.
Daddy got a big bonus. So, anywho, Phil.
Just a couple of things. I finished Devil May Cry on Netflix because I know Joe would really like that, and I thought it was really well done as an anime, and I vaguely remember the game, and I love the characters in it. So Dante's a really fun character to follow. If you're into anime, it's worth checking out, or if you're into video games. It's really
What if you're
good.
not?
I'm not into anime.
Yeah. So at this table, it's
Should you
probably
still
not
watch it?
probably not for you, but in the ether out there, I know people have liked it. It's getting into another season. Also on Netflix, I finished The Gentleman, which is a 9 out of 10.
Oh, it's great.
Like the
You
only
should say,
thing,
so to speak, there.
The Gentlemen.
yeah, the
series.
series, yeah, that's based
Fantastic.
off the
It was
movie.
great.
It was awesome. Like the ending for that, and they're getting a season 2, and I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I loved it, man.
As far as like crime shows, Penguin only is slightly better than that to me because
Yeah.
of Farrell's performance and the prosthetics. But if it wasn't for that,
Farrell?
this would easily eclipse
Farrell's
it.
performance?
No.
Was that you under that makeup?
Yes, sir.
can you
As in Colin Farrell.
I know.
I got you.
But yeah, if it wasn't for Colin Farrell, this would easily
Can you
eclipse
do
Penguin.
this? Can you do this?
Oh, dude, I love in Batman Returns. I'll show her
My French flipper
trick.
I'll never forget that from childhood.
man.
I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" As a kid, I was trying to figure that out.
I know what it is from adulthood.
He might have been a popular guy for
Yeah.
particular reasons.
Not a lot of reflective surfaces down there in the sewer, though.
Yeah. What I loved about that, and I think they do something well, is that is in the same universe as the movie,
Yeah.
but you
But it's
never
not the
encounter
same
those
characters, yeah.
characters. It's like
It's another farm.
yeah, it's another farm. I was asking one of our British friends about that exact. Just like is that how it is, or they're just
Is it possible?
like these?
to be
Yeah. Well, what happens is these estates get handed down, and at some point in time, the revenue stream of whatever crop they were legally
It's gone,
farming,
yeah.
it's gone, and they do depend on the tourism of
Oh, yeah. I love
Americans
the
going
fact
around
that
to
the
these
one
people's
episode
houses.
where the tour group comes in at the beginning and then the gunshots go off and they run out. That's the opening credits for that episode is perfect.
Yeah.
And I love the Christian psychopath guy with his cult, the beard.
Oh,
the beard
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
great. The pastor. Oh yeah, he was
Some great
great.
characters in that. I really enjoyed that show. Have you seen that one, Farrell?
Yeah,
Gentleman?
it's.
No.
Have you seen the movie The Gentleman?
No.
There's two things for you to do this week.
Do you like Guy Ritchie stuff? Okay.
Did Guy Ritchie do The Gentleman?
Yes,
You did.
and he produced this, and you can very much see his hand in all of this in the show, even though he's not directing the individual episodes. It's probably
So to speak.
the one of the two really great things I've seen Theo James do. He was the lead,
Yeah.
as Eddie.
Yeah. He was in
He was in The Monkey earlier this year, and
he was
really
also
great in that.
I believe, season 2 of White Lotus.
Okay, I've not seen that, but I haven't really seen a lot of him. He was in one of the old Underworld films.
He could be a leading man in Hollywood.
Yeah, But he's really good. And the guy who played his brother, Freddie, who's the fuck up, he looked familiar to me, but I don't know where I know him from. He's fantastic.
Yeah, I couldn't place him either.
And the Susie Glass, the crime boss daughter, she's awesome.
Oh,
too.
yeah. It's good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're into crime shows at all, it's definitely worth a watch. And if you like Guy Ritchie stuff.
Awesome.
I like Guy Ritchie, but I didn't take to. I thought The Gentleman was fine.
Okay.
Like, I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
I love the movie.
Like when I think about like
great.
his crime movies, like I wouldn't put it above
Snatch.
Snatch for sure.
That's-
I wouldn't put it above Lock, Stock. I wouldn't put
Okay.
it above Rock and Roller. Actually, I feel robbed. Probably like after the Snyder shit, the franchise, for lack of a better term, lowercase f, that I wish they would have completed is that Rock and Roller was supposed to be a trilogy, you know, and that one was like, I was like, man, I'm in on this shit.
Rock and Roll is a great film.
Yeah, Rock and Roll.
It's one of the.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
If you
it
like
might
Lock,
be-
Stock, and Snatch,
yeah.
it's like, you know, but it's only part one of a 3-part
Yeah,
story.
it's where Gerard Butler got his start, pretty much.
I'm gonna
before
break
he
my,
got
I'm gonna
famous.
break my own heart then.
yeah.
Leave it alone.
But I was upset that I haven't liked they shit on him, but that like King Arthur one or whatever.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I watched that on an airplane.
Yeah,
I think.
I liked it. He's made some weird ones too, though.
Well,
Madonna's the
he
one that
was-
derailed
I was
his
going to
train.
say he was with Madonna.
Yeah. And then two just recent things, and I didn't know if you wanted to cover them in notes, is Frank Castle is finally going to be back in comics, which is
So you mean the Punisher is going to be the Punisher, not a hand?
and they're doing
soldier?
it as a adult line that's going to be polybagged so kids can't get into it at the store.
Oh, right, because kids are doing that, reading comics at the store.
Yep. So, I mean,
It's an epidemic.
Can I get a bagged comic graded? I'm sure. I'm sure.
yeah, actually, you can. I mean,
Oh man, it's going to look
I'm
great.
pretty sure you
pressed
can.
between two pieces of acrylic.
yeah. Because the old Superman 75 thing, there's like one version of that actually has value, and the rest of them are garbage. And the one version is the polybagged one that's never been opened. There's a couple polybags, but there's a certain one.
Tragic.
The
But
death-
anyway.
Which one? The Death of Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of those are like there were so
I
many
made
printed.
I
it
made
has
my
no
mom
value.
stand
but-
in line at Books A Million to buy me that book,
I had it. I mean, I
Yeah.
may still.
and I
have
didn't
it.
even read Superman. I just was caught up in the hype.
The black bag, red.
How did I think
Yeah,
about
I-
that? Like, how did I know about that though?
It was. I mean, it was a big.
Yeah, it was a news story.
It was a
Well, I guess
national
that's
news
probably
story.
why it had gone national.
People like protested it.
Yeah.
So
I
there-
had. Oh, anyway, there was a news. You remember Newsweek magazine? That was an
Oh,
actual
yeah.
public. Well, they did a Death of Superman issue that was it was written as if it was a real event going on in real life, and all the ads were like for LexCorp and everything else in the magazine. You can flip through it. It was really cool.
That's cool. That's cool.
And then the other thing is, I just found out last night Peter David died, the writer. He's one of my favorite writers. He's responsible for the modernization of Hulk and
yeah,
R.I.P.
yeah. Rest in peace.
and he's also responsible for Young Justice becoming
Okay.
a series that got made into a show, which is my my favorite screen version of the DCU. So, I think he was only 68, but he passed away from health complications. He was a bigger guy, but he's one of the nicest creators I ever got a chance to meet.
That's cool.
Super cordial.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, that's about it.
So I didn't do much either. I bought those tickets. That was a big deal. I had I'm watching Vice Principals, mainly because I just miss Gemstones, and it's good. You talk about a dark comedy.
Is it by the same team or the same group or no?
I mean, Dan McBride's in
yeah.
it.
Okay.
The Robbie Goggins or whatever the fuck his name.
Walton Goggins.
That dude, he's in it.
Don't speak ill on that.
McBride-
man.
No, I love him. I'm not good. I'm not good with
Walton.
names.
McBride writes Righteous Gemstones, right? He wrote it.
I have no idea.
Okay.
So anyway, it's good, but it's tragic. Like, you talk about like you laughing at something that you're like, man, fuck. Like if you take this show and you really like constitute like the real implications of what's happening here, it's fucked. Like it's fun and it's like ha ha and kiki and all that kind of stuff. But if you think like, holy shit, if this were a real thing with like these are really fucking lousy, miserable people.
Is this on Max? Mm-hmm. I don't think I've heard of that at all. What's
So
the premise?
a principal
12 or
dies.
15 years ago, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
really?
older.
Okay.
A principal
It was
dies.
after
Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound and Down.
Is this supposed to be a sequel to Eastbound?
No.
Okay.
Eastbound and Down ended, and then they were like, "Well, Danny McBride is fucking huge right now."
Yeah.
So
Right. Okay.
So anyway, principal retires or dies, something
Suddenly.
and then these two vice principals think that one of them's going to get made to be principal,
Get made, is what they call it.
but they end up not choosing one of them, and they bring in an outside black woman from Philadelphia
Outsider.
to come down to Georgia or somewhere in the South
Okay.
and be principal at this school, and they basically try to sabotage her.
Oh shit.
To a point where they burn her house to the ground.
Holy
And-
fuck.
Yeah,
This
like,
is a comedy?
yeah.
Woo.
You don't think that's funny?
Damn,
But it's
dude.
and it is funny and it is interesting, and it's like that guy
Walton
Walton Goggins.
Goggins.
He's in that too. Yeah.
Goggles.
the character that he plays, because like the character that Danny McBride plays pretty much the same character in everything. But that character Goggins, it's completely different. Like he is a character actor. Like
Yeah.
like that character in Vice Principals is
He is
entirely
fantastic.
different than
Yeah.
the character in Gemstone.
I really enjoyed him in Justified.
Oh, dude.
And what I was in, I
love that show.
I've heard. I
Great
gotta
show.
watch that. I've never seen it. Like I was
Great
introduced to
show.
him in The Shield.
Boyd
Goggins-
Crowder.
And Goggins is really good in that.
But
Dude,
seeing
that-
all the stuff he did from The Shield to what he was the con in Predators.
When he was
He
the cross-dressing person.
Yeah.
In,
Yeah.
in Sons of Anarchy.
That's
Oh,
right. I
he's so
forgot
good at
about
that.
that.
So I'm watching that. I've finished the first season, and now I'm on to the second season. Funny story about that, like you know, like I'm not whatever. It doesn't matter. But we ended up like I knew we were on episode 5 or 6, whatever it was, and I ended up pressing play on episode 6 of season 2 instead of season 1. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is going? Like I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh yeah.
Is this a flash forward?
And then checked and figured it out.
you're like trust the director. Trust the director.
This is a weird storytelling tactic. So then there was I watched Interstellar last night with Jaina and my wife. My wife has only seen it once, and I think she fell asleep during it and then woke up and was lost.
Okay.
No way.
Much like Matthew McConaughey was lost in space. So she's always kind of thought it's like, nah, like not for her. But this time, like she really enjoyed it. And Jaina, like when McConaughey ends up like in that fifth dimension or whatever, and he's like
Going through the black hole.
and he's like fucking with the like he comes into like where the library books are, and like Jaina was like, holy shit, you know.
Makes
And it's
it
just
drop.
it's just like as a parent, it's like it's always fun to watch her like mind get blown from like really 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 good cinema.
So like I was telling her earlier, the whole Kip, robot is based on Kip Thorne, the actual physicist. But the interesting thing is like I'm pretty sure all of that stuff is theoretically possible.
Yeah.
It
okay.
is
Oh, yeah.
all.
So
It's a very science based.
Even the fourth, fifth dimension
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
like they've done the math on it. and
Okay.
it's, like they don't know how it would be, but the math works,
Right.
which
Yeah.
is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and like it's just like, man, like watching that shit, it just reminds me of like, man, like that's what good things are. That's a good thing, and there's just so much mid, and I'm just expected to just say this is good. And it's fucking not. And like upstairs, Chris had made a comment like, well, yeah, but there's a difference between like, caviar and like a hamburger. And like, that's true. But I don't need it all to be caviar. I just need my caviar to be good caviar and my burger to be a good fucking burger. Right? Like, Step Brothers is a hot dog, but it's a good fucking hot dog.
Right.
We're
not talking shit about hot dogs, are we?
No, of course not. And it's like, I don't know, man. I'm just like, maybe I think what happens with people in music has happened to me with television and movies, where I'm just like, nope, all this shit is just,
lost your
all this
religion.
shit sucks. None of it's as good as when it used to be good. I remember when it used to be good, and every now and then I'm wowed by something. But goddamn if it ain't few and far between. I wanted to see that fucking Scorsese movie. I think, no, maybe it wasn't Scorsese, but that Costello movie. with Robert De Niro. I wanted to see that. I didn't get to see
Oh,
it.
he played both roles.
Yeah.
That kind of came and went.
It did
Yeah.
not do well.
Yeah, I
it got
know it-
bashed a lot.
Yeah, well, because it wasn't a shoot 'em up movie, and I think
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people wanted, but it's not what I want. So
Well, I saw the trailer. I didn't think it was going to be a shoot 'em up movie.
but it's
I
a
thought it was
gangster
gonna-
movie.
Yeah.
So a lot of people wanted a shoot 'em
Yeah.
up, not shoot 'em up like fucking some fucking bullshit movie like
Yeah, yeah.
like The Beekeeper or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, but
like a
like a
gangster
casino
movie. Yeah,
or-
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And but I'm not expecting that.
No.
Not to say that I think that means it will be good to me.
I wanted to see it just because I wanted to see him, like his performance as two people, and see how they cut that together. That's
Yeah.
what I was more interested.
I just-
from a
that's-
filmmaking perspective, I wanted to see it.
Actually like I'm always like, man, like why not just let a different actor do it? But Costello is an interesting character in the history of it all. So like I just like that story. And then
Bobby wanted to see it for his roots.
not mine, but yeah, but I wanted to see like I want to see this Superman movie, but I don't have super high hopes. I just don't think it's what I want.
Yeah. I'm super curious how that will
Super? Are you super curious?
how that will pan out.
Let's see what else. I'm not sure if I did much of anything else. I haven't watched. I watched that Pee Wee thing. We kind of already talked about that.
But you
my
didn't get
kids-
through the whole thing either.
No, I
right?
fell asleep, but not because it was bad, just because I was
Yeah,
tired.
yeah. Okay.
But I actually, my kids broke my heart a little bit. Which happens. It happens a lot for me, but I think just because I'm always wanting to do shit with them. So like when they're like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, no.
It's lit.
Now we got to find a new thing to connect on.
Especially after I spend $2,000 on you motherfuckers. I'm like,
Well, wait till that event. I'm sure they'll probably appreciate.
no,
that.
they're gonna love that.
Yeah.
And like that night, like they were like,
when they.
it's the
so
happiest
they
I've
already
seen
know
my
they're
kid.
going.
Oh
right?
yeah, and they were fucking like
sleep token,
like
Oh, dude.
ecstatic.
That's
Like
gonna be a fucking.
yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna
I
be.
can't
a
wait to
there a lot
hear
of-
you tell about that later on.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of offerings that night?
Oh, there was many offerings that night. Many offerings were made that night. And then, so what else was there? So I was like, so it's Friday night, and we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do for dinner and shit, and we don't really have a plan. And a lot of times with my family, when we don't have a plan,
Pizza.
pizza.
I mean, that's the
Pizza.
it's the go-to. It's
That's
American.
why it's
the
so
American,
easy to get.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was like, look, because my baby has seen Star Wars, but she doesn't remember it. And if you
The
ask her about
original trilogy. Okay.
any of it,
Okay.
yeah, if you ask her about it, she's like, yeah, I know there's Darth Vader. I know Leia because I'm named after Leia. She's like, that's about all I know.
She's like no Han, no Luke.
So I want to watch it with her. I'll probably watch it with her over the summer. But like, so we'd have nothing to do. We had leftovers, of course, grilled chicken, which is not the most exciting leftovers, but it's a healthy choice, Phil. Mm-hmm. And the kids do not enjoy it. They don't enjoy it when it's fresh, let alone
Don't
left
enjoy
overnight.
this, Yeah.
So I was like, look, we could reheat chicken and eat and then fuck off, or we could order pizza and watch Star Wars. And they were like, grilled chicken.
Oh wow!
And I was like,
As a group, they collectively said that.
the baby wanted to watch Star Wars, but only because she's like excited about the prospect of like watching it with me, like, but Jane and Selena were like, meh, grilled chicken.
Wow.
And I was like, okay.
What was
Grilled chicken it is.
What was Laura's input?
Laura didn't give a fuck. She was good down for whatever.
Yeah.
Grilled chicken, I mean, pizza would have been easier for her because she didn't have to warm it up
Yeah.
for everybody and fucking, but
Wow.
yeah, but it was just kind of like, damn, there goes that, which was like a bummer. After I was, just dropped $2,000 the day before, like can't fucking sit through a 2-hour movie, but
Well, really, it's like 2.5.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Fair point. I recorded an episode of The Kitchen Table this past week that got out of hand.
Oh.
So for those that listen to The Kitchen Table,
Bobby, tell them how they can.
oh
listen
yeah,
to
good. I was on
We
Patreon.
got, we
It's
got
available.
concert tickets.
It's, yeah, we get through. It's available on Patreon, and it's I can't say too much about it other than it's a pretty interesting show to listen to, and it's one of the more popular shows on Patreon. But we had a guest out who was great.
Is this somebody you discussed on the show before or no? Okay.
But 4 hours in,
Oh my God!
I was like,
Wow.
"You're gonna need to come back
We're gonna have a part
because
two.
I just can't. I can't get the rest of this right now. I'm too fucked up. You're way too fucked up, and you've got so much more story to tell.
Wow.
And that's the first time I've had to tap out and be like, look, we need to wrap this one up and you need to come back. There's just no other getting around it.
Okay.
Have you thought about even like? Because I'll be honest with you, man. I'll handle a 2 hour something, but if I see something's 4 hours, I'm probably not going to invest it. You could even cut that into 2 weeks worth of content.
Yeah. So the thing is with it
two?
is that there's now for that show specifically, there's a population that is on my Patreon that does not give a single fuck about a toy.
Yep. And they're
And is
just
solely in it for that show.
Oh, well, we don't talk about toys on this show anymore.
So I want to give them as much as I can.
I got you.
But
And I think for that group, like, if it was 6 hours, it wouldn't matter.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
Because
okay.
it's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
so
they're not
what
gonna-
you're saying
they're not,
is
they're not
I'm
listening
not the
all in
target
one.
Right. It's like they're listening throughout the month, really.
I got you.
Right.
But like at any rate, it was some of this person's stories that he has had in his life. Like some of it I had to edit out. I've gone through one list and I got to go through one more before Sunday because that's when it launches. I had to edit out 20 minutes of it off top just because I was like, I don't know if you can't go to jail for some of this shit.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
You know, so it was a I'm excited for people to hear it. It's one of those where it's like it's always like with that shit, that show in particular, and then a few others, but like I can't tell if it's good or not because I'm in it too deep. And like I can't take a step back from it and tell it
Even when you're going back through and listening.
yeah, because I'm too much a part of it.
Okay.
Where like, because sometimes I think like I've got one and people be like, oh, that wasn't my favorite, and then sometimes I'll be like, oh, that one's kind of weak, and people be like, best one. So like, but I am excited for people to hear this one because it's fucked.
Yeah, it must be.
It's just the first half.
And it's just the first half. So yeah, and that will take us to notes. So
Hey, thanks for getting those out early for us.
yeah, sorry. Holiday weekend, and I was under the weather, of course, on Saturday. So couldn't.
I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better.
Made a good
you seem
recovery.
like you've almost fully recovered.
Almost. So thank you. I do care about that.
And I am a little upset that you're not wearing a mask right now because I don't.
I think I'm past it. I'm past the.
Oh, you're not
I'm not contagious at this point.
anymore.
No.
Because I don't want to take it back to my family
Of course not.
because they're a bunch of anti-vaxxers.
Oh wow.
By the way, Phil, I don't have a family really.
Nor do I.
So Jurassic World Rebirth.
Phil, go ahead.
Go for it, Phil.
Look,
I think it looks good.
It looks.
It looks like the best
looks
one we've
par
seen
for
in a
the
long
course.
time.
it looks par for the course for me. It looks like garbage.
Okay,
But I want this franchise to die so that another dinosaur franchise can be made. Because
You wanted to go extinct?
yeah, while I was waiting for it. Yeah,
wow,
Dinosaurs are here to stay, Phil.
I know they are. I want them to stay.
You're the
but
dinosaur kid, for
not,
Christ's sakes.
Not in this form. This is this is a pure monster movie at this point. And I like monster movies, but when I like just in general interactions with the public and coming at it from the perspective that I do, where I enjoy the science and I'm about it, like getting just the most asinine questions about like the creatures that don't really even exist in these movies. It's like,
Well, which ones don't exist in this movie?
the Indo.
well, that thing
that
that's based
smell more like
based on the
Aldo.
Star Wars Rancor that they obviously copied the design for.
But that's not in this movie.
Yes, it is. It will be in this upcoming one, Rebirth.
Oh, I thought that was in the other movie, right?
No, but did you watch the same trailer? They show the thing that when
Oh, Phil got the salt on your body.
So I saw the T-Rex in the water.
yeah. So the guy that's in the containment suit running towards the glass, and they end up closing it off, and he's begging to come out, and they won't let him out. That thing that comes up behind him.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, this is in the trailer, but it's this Rancor mutation.
Oh, I didn't pay any
Yeah,
attention. I
yeah.
saw the C one. That's a real one.
So the Mosasaur is there. It's the size of a fucking blue whale, but sure, it's magnified. to the point
because
of
I
being
didn't
ridiculous.
like when the first one had that monster that they sold at an auction. That's
the Indoraptor.
Indo, yeah.
That's when
That's made up.
no, that's when I tapped out.
Okay.
and I that's the last one I've seen
Okay. I thought Dominion, the last one they did after that, was slightly better, but the last two, that and the one we saw with
Phil,
that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
About, so are you telling me that the dinosaurs sitcom from the early 90s, that they weren't real dinosaurs?
No.
Like there's no accountant dinosaurs?
Well, they did give them real dinosaur
No
names.
dinosaur.
Dude, I remember growing up with that show. It was
great.
fun.
It was
I loved
great.
It was hilarious.
That's great.
It was
That
highly
show
Not the
successful.
baby, not the baby.
I
Yeah.
have it on DVD.
Yeah, it was highly successful.
That show has the most realistic ending to any sitcom ever.
Yeah. They go extinct. It was great. Yeah.
It's like an asteroid hits.
So like you want more of that?
No.
I do.
What I'm excited for is coming out. It's supposed to hit the States later in June. Is
Like dinosaurs in space?
no, they're doing. If you remember,
Pokemon Dinosaurs?
they're doing Walking with Dinosaurs from the BBC, and they're doing a refresh
I
of
like
it.
how you held your arms out to show the
The
breadth
size of a
it all.
BBC.
So there is another display coming. It's
huge.
It's actual dinosaur exhibits along with Pokemon skeletons.
dude. Oh, dude,
It sounds pretty fucking cool, to be
so-
honest.
as a
you're into-
concept, I kind of like where their head's at, but the only issue with that is unless you're also people in the social media age have like no idea of like reality versus like fiction anymore.
So you're afraid people are going to think that the Bulbasaur skeleton is real?
No, but what that
about a
does is it
Jigglypuff?
because I posted about that online, and I was like the issue with that is you have people going in who already have a problem differentiating like Jurassic World from the real animals that once existed, and
Phil, there's nothing you can do about those people. Don't worry about them. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
mean-
going to
I mean,
tell you.
in the 80s
Why are
I
you
mean-
so concerned with the general populace?
There's so many people that still my entire life. I don't think I've gone a decade without bumping into someone that you had to tell them that dinosaurs and humans didn't exist at the same time.
that's true. That's fair.
You know, like people have always like, you know, because it's so long ago that nobody gives a fuck. you know, like
we have sitting senators that believe that Pizzagate was real.
yeah,
That's true.
it's true. So yeah, I look forward to Walking with Dinosaurs. Also, I watched that clip
Yeah.
of the baby Triceratops
Yep.
hiding out. But I will say, I don't think that their technology has improved that much from the original Walking with Dinosaurs to this one. It doesn't look all that different.
Okay, I can see that's different. It's not quite as
I
good.
said it doesn't look all that different.
So this, I'm excited to see what they do with it because they will use a mix of practical and
Splashing the water about.
yeah.
Did you watch that documentary, Land of the Lost?
What about Land Before Time?
Dude, so Land Before Time, interesting you bring that up. There's a Kickstarter show
I know.
called Talon that's going to be loosely based on that concept where the dinosaurs are like talking to each other and stuff, and they become
Oh, there's another Land Before
Did
Time.
they speak English?
Yes, they did.
yeah.
But there was no accountants. There's another Land
Third
Before
world
Time.
country.
There's like I think it was the original creators of Land Before Time are going back and doing like a computer animated
Really?
something with it. There's something going on with it, but it's
Fantastic.
not. They're like doing it themselves.
Oh,
it's not
I
like
would be-
studio funded or
Is it
anything.
a Kickstarter? Or?
I don't
It's
know.
going to be great. I
I
bet.
saw some.
Wow.
It looks good. It looks good. It looks
That-
good. Like the stuff they've done looks great.
Did they actually release a trailer? Because I haven't seen.
No, there's no
It's
trailer. There's just like a video snippet of like behind the scenes of their
No
production
shit.
work.
Better get to Googling, Phil. You're behind.
Yeah, I am.
On the
What do you think
Land
about
Before
grown
Time.
men walking around thinking that they're called three horns and fucking long necks and shit, like sharp
whatever.
tooths?
That's better than thinking that the Indominus Rex is a real animal.
I saw it at Target.
I did too.
It's probably real. So's the red T-Rex.
You just ruined my day. I thought it was real.
Smells
camo-
more like
the
out
camo.
though.
But yeah, I think that I don't know.
So I'm wondering. I'm sure it will be successful, like the new Rebirth.
Have they been all that successful recently?
That's why they keep making them. They're
Globally.
ridiculous. They make a lot of money.
What was the last one?
I think the last one made
I'm
over $1
looking
billion.
it up right now.
$1 billion?
I think
With a B?
I think Dominion made over $1 billion. I don't remember exactly.
Let me look. That's
thought it was-
impressive. Jurassic.
Dominion.
This is why
was
we
the
need
last
Bow here. This is why we need Bow.
Yeah, it got to be
A
globally.
Billy?
Yeah.
Got a Billy,
Which is why they're going to
So-
keep on.
So,
Now this new one's going to be a soft reboot with a new cast, but
well, you got ScarJo though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
She can carry a film.
But
On her
Hey,
back.
bet she can carry a heavy load.
But-
Hey, Hang on real quick.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about this movie in 2022, domestic was
It didn't do well.
376.
Well, I mean, it didn't do well for-
International almost doubled.
Yeah.
To get
Yeah.
to
The
the
internationals love the spectacle of it.
Yeah.
What's crazy is it grossed $1 billion, 376 domestic, 625 international, earned a net profit of 229. So that means it cost $750 million to make a shitty fucking
Well,
movie.
that counts in the marketing budget.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you think about all the press they put on for all that shit and all the commercials
I
they
know,
run.
it just seems like
the fucking-
such a huge outlay.
you know, you think Doritos just puts the logo on the chips, or
But usually the marketing budget is like by rule of thumb, it's half the cost of production.
you think Carl's Jr. You just said, "Oh yeah, fuck it, we'll just put it on a hat." That
So if the budget was $1 million, the marketing cost is $500,000.
Yeah.
It's like a rule of thumb.
And really, the charm of the last one, Dominion, it
should have
brought
been rule
was,
of wrist.
was that they brought back the original cast from Jurassic Park back too, and mixed it with the newer
it was
cast.
fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
I haven't seen it.
Are you saying they spared no expense?
So they couldn't bring. I mean, Hammond dies in canon, so they didn't bring him back. And
He died in real life too.
he died in real
He
life
wasn't
too.
like Palpatine.
Somehow.
Somehow Hammond returned.
That would be the shit.
And he
cloned himself.
unlocks his cane, and it's got a DNA strand in it this whole time.
That would
Cloned
be
himself with some reptilian DNA.
Mr. DNA pops out of his cane.
That's
in
it.
animated form.
Dino
It's AR
DNA.
It's AR reality.
Dude, I love the original.
Dude, I still love the
I
original
love the
too.
original.
It's very much of its time, but it's
It's
a
great.
revolutionized film, like how
It is.
stuff was made.
Yep.
It's great.
So
And then those same computers they used for Jurassic Park, after the first episode of South Park, they used that same computer to make South Park.
yeah, it's pretty wild.
My buddy, my brother, when we were growing up, anytime there was like some bunch of like science mumbo jumbo that somebody would talk about, like in a show or a movie or something, we would just look at each other and go, Dino DNA. Like,
See, I want somebody to make like using AI or whatever, that scene where what's his name is getting the shaving cream can.
Oh yeah, the Barbasol can,
Right, the
and he's putting the little.
Yeah, but where he's like, see, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But like with you, Marilyn Phil, talking
yeah.
about like this dinosaur doesn't really exist. Nobody really
See, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. Nobody cares at this table. Yeah,
I care. I actually care. I don't like them bringing in like the fake. I don't like them making monsters instead of dinosaurs. I think it's important.
And
But that other dinosaur movie that you're talking about, that's going to be a piece of shit. Oh, no, sorry. I thought you were talking about that one that you shared that one time. That was like, it's going to be like dinosaurs and people shooting at them.
So that's Primitive War.
Yeah.
and it's based on.
That's going to be a piece
comic.
of shit. I'm down to see it.
Well, so if Jurassic World didn't exist, that would have gotten a much bigger budget and be a more legitimate film. As it is, it's going to be super indie, and they're not going to have any budget to do anything well. I want to see it
I do too.
because I know the comic it's based on is interesting.
And I'm down to see some more dinosaurs doing stuff, some dino madness,
But-
more
but,
dinosaurs,
like-
more mayhem.
if Jurassic World didn't exist right now, something like Dino Riders would have a real shot at being remade as a modern thing and having a.
I'm down. I'd be down for Dino
But
Riders.
the reason Mattel owns the toy rights to both, they don't need to do Dino Rider stuff because they're making a killing off the Jurassic World toys.
Yeah.
Well, they just make saddles for the dinosaurs. That'll be good.
The other note you put in here was this it's a documentary series coming to Max called The Mortician.
So that looks super interesting. When I watched the trailer for that, I was like, what the hell is this?
I remember that.
It's supposed to be the real guy, like a real guy. That
I remember that
crazy.
when it came out.
Do
Like,
you
not-
really?
Not,
That when it was happening?
The
Okay.
news story, right?
the news story.
When I saw it, I was like, this sounds like I.
What is-
remember
what
the news
is it?
story.
So he's a mortician,
Uh-huh.
right?
No way.
Yeah, and
Morticia?
She's hot.
But he was like the original thought was that he was cremating multiple people at a time to save money.
Yeah.
And then people found out about that, and they were like, "That's desecrating human remains," because they give you the remains,
Right.
But what he was giving you was just
A pile of ash of mixed
cornucopia,
of people's ashes together.
right? So,
Yeah.
but they thought that, hey, we paid you money
Yeah, for
to
a service.
cremate, and you just kind of like chucked Bill and Sue in at the same time, and went like, that's about a Bill's amount,
Yeah.
right? And then it turned out that there was more ash than what he was
being responsible for.
So then they thought that it was other bodies that he was helping. Either he was murdering them, or he was helping other people dispose.
He was
of
providing
bodies.
a service.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking. It looks fucking interesting.
Yeah,
I'm in.
It does look super interesting.
Is Ashy Larry in it? That's why he's ashy. He tried to burn me alive.
He's the one that cleans out the.
Oh,
I put in this note about Diamond Distribution because we've been covering it the whole time, and it's a Baltimore
Yep.
company. It started with Geppies and Inner Harbor used to be like the spot, and then it became a fucking monopoly on comic book distribution in the nation, and they've sold out.
Yeah, the company bought them. I forget it's A something AP. I forget.
And now, what's happening with them now, Phil?
So Diamond Select was continuing. They were still putting out product,
Right.
and they still have stuff up for pre-order. I'm pretty sure for between the gallery statues and the Select figures. And now they are completely done. All their employees have been let go. And it's a decision of the new owner of the company whether Diamond will stay alive as a brand name or not. Who's to say yet? But
Well, you know what
Select
they
is
say.
done as a brand.
It's like the Doge of the comic book
diamonds are
industry.
forever.
So I think that's disappointing.
Well,
I
once
mean,
they lost that monopoly on the distribution, I knew. Their
yeah,
time
I guess it was only a matter of time. But that as a brand, like the Select brand, it makes a lot of good, pretty affordable product for collectors.
Yeah.
Well, and I think a lot of comic shops get their action figure distribution stuff
Yep.
through Diamond, so that may have that.
Oh, that'll definitely
be a
be
new
impacted.
channel for that.
Two Avengers movies, both delayed.
Yeah,
Doomsday
which means
and
now
Secret War.
Spider-Man: Brand New Day will now come out before. That was supposed to be, I think, after the second one, and now it'll come out, I think, before both movies in theory. So I don't know if they'll reshoot some of that or what.
And the question for me with this stuff is always why. Right.
I think the general consensus was I think they put their expectations too high on getting stuff done fast.
You pre-order Hot Toys, you know shit changes. Could be
Yeah,
2
but
years or 3 years.
But Marvel doesn't really.
Yeah.
Marvel's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
There's been your outliers, right? Like Blade, like
Yeah.
the things that are just never going to happen that we
Yeah.
just pretend. But I think that like these are flagship movies for
Yeah.
them. Like to me, it seems like
Maybe they're doing some shit that's just like,
either they're trying to figure it out,
or
Mm-hmm.
the special effects they're doing are just so fucking crazy. It's going to take longer to do it.
but they just started shooting one.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
I think
like-
that's part of the problem. I think they probably had delay in pre-production, which delayed the entire thing. They're
Yeah.
just letting the public know now.
I hope it's for good reason.
Yeah, I hope
it's,
so, too.
I hope it's because they're taking the extra time to make sure to kind of relaunch correctly.
I'll be honest with you. At this point, if I didn't know this information and it was just time to go see the movie, I'd be like, "Oh, it's time to go see the movie," because I don't
because
keep up.
the excitement's not there. Sad Penguin.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what is the deal with this, Phil?
So for the Penguin series, Warner Brothers has put in to be, I forget what the exact award is, but it's an award that can be only given to a limited series, not to an ongoing. So this means that they put in for that award. This means there's going to be no more Penguin.
We'll just call the next
Yeah.
season something else.
Yeah, that's true. They could do that.
I mean, call it Cobblepot. There's no reason to even call it Penguin. Just call the show Cobblepot.
Or do a movie.
Yeah. Or do a film.
Yeah.
But do they have to wait on Batman 2 before they can put out another?
Well, Batman 2 is another thing
that
that's-
got pushed back
That's
too.
been delayed as well. I
Yeah.
think that's 2027 now as well.
I think that might not happen.
Really?
That's my hot take.
You think the Batman sequel might not happen?
I think that under this relaunch with this Superman, I think they're waiting to see what this Superman.
So I
does.
think they
If
are
this Superman
waiting.
If this Superman is successful, they're taking everything out a whole new door.
Yeah.
Which means Brave and the Bold, James Gunn, Batman.
They'll wipe it all away
Yeah.
and they'll start fresh here. You know, with Peacekeeper,
Yeah.
they'll keep Peacekeeper involved because it's like a
It comes out in late July or something.
yeah, and it doesn't impact anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a major cog in the wheel.
right. It's like watching Agents of Shield.
Correct. Correct.
because they were always going to have the Robert Pattinson Batman be an Elseworlds thing anyway. It was supposed to be its own thing.
Correct. But then they said, well, maybe we'll roll it in
And then,
into the.
and then they did a TV series in the same universe. Well, hell, I mean, you can have multiple universes here,
Yeah,
folks.
that's true.
It's fine. Except, the people that think dinosaurs are real will get
Exactly.
confused.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah.
we're not aiming for the lowest common denominator, right? I mean, I
don't know.
If I'm an
Rebirth, Jurassic World Rebirth is definitely aiming at the lowest common denominator.
right.
Yeah, right. I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see how that stuff shakes out. And then we have just one question.
Hey.
Yeah, good catch. There.
You can email us at nerdrageradiomail@gmail.com.
That's if you want to send in a question, which we do appreciate. This is from Willie Slammo.
Hey-o.
He says, "What up, nerd birds? Let's say your parents got divorced. Who could imagine such a thing?
Oh, my.
For those at the table whose parents are together, and your dad was to remarry your least favorite ex-girlfriend.
What?
Of yours?
Of yours.
As in ours? Oh.
Now, let's pretend your favorite relative today, cousin, brother, uncle, etc., suddenly became terminally ill with a rare disease out of nowhere. Thanksgiving rolls around, and your dad invites you over, but he and your awful ex are hosting, and they're all over each other. But this Thanksgiving dinner will be the last time you get to see your favorite relative before you know they're going to die. They're not in pain. They're still their full lively selves, but this is the last time, the last opportunity. What goes down? Are you skipping the dinner altogether? Are you bringing the wife and kids to see the uncle, cousin, brother, Tiny Tim before she dies? Will you at least get a free meal? Hope this goes over well, and thank you for the show. Be well."
This is easy. You first off, Willie Whammo, what the fuck?
Where are you getting these
Second
from,
off,
Willie?
I'm just gonna go visit my cousin, brother, and uncle, whoever, at their home.
Yeah, that's an easy solution.
I think he's suggesting that that's not a possibility.
Oh well,
Oh, shit.
try harder. Why wouldn't it be a possibility?
Because then it doesn't. Pose
Okay,
the
sure.
problem.
Then I'm gonna go and just ignore my. I'm not gonna take my family. I'm gonna go and say hello to the people I need to say hello to. Ignore my dad and fucking roll out.
Yeah.
That's a very fucking strange situation.
I don't know. I have a.
That seems hyper
I hope,
specific.
Willie Slammo, I hope that you're okay.
Are you Farrell? Are you thinking threesome? Is that where you're going with this?
No,
She's had the young calf. Now she wants the old bull. You know what I mean?
I'm not thinking threesome, but I am thinking victory lap.
That's fair. One more for the road.
Yeah. Let's see if any of that old flame is still burning.
I have a like if it depends. Least favorite to me is the key word there.
Yeah, like what is that?
Like at least favorite in the sense of like I just don't really care for this person, or least favorite in the sense of like I
did you dirty.
hate this person.
Yeah. Was it a really bad breakup or
That's
something?
I would take it more as the second option.
So the thing about
And then a hate fuck.
me is that like I probably can't go. Mm-hmm. Like I can't go at all. I can't. Yeah, I'll try to send my cousin, brother, uncle, etc. a text or give them a phone call.
But in this world, there's no text messaging. There's no.
Exactly. Another specificity.
Because the question really pertains to will you go to this event?
Right.
That's the question, and like I don't think I could. Like when I hate someone, which is rare, but when I really think that someone has done me dirty, and not been fair to me, like I got to cut you all the way out. Yeah. I got to cut you like you're like a cancer. I got to get you all the way out. So I can't put myself in that scenario because for one, it'll do damage to me. For two, I can't guarantee that I won't fuck that whole venue up. Like I won't come in and make a scene and fucking like I don't have any sense sometimes when it comes to like super emotional shit. So like I still respect my family and probably even my father and et cetera, et cetera. So I wouldn't want to go in there and fuck up the whole venue.
Okay.
So that's another reason. And it's like the payoff for me, like, so I don't really know, like, I don't really know. Like, it's hard for me because my family dynamic is so fucked up. Like, I don't really have a family member that's alive right now that like means the world to me.
Right.
Like I have a sister that I'm pretty close with.
What about your niece that comes?
Yeah, like I'm pretty close to her, but I mean, like we don't talk every day. We don't like, I haven't really spoken to her since last year. Like, I'll see her again, maybe a Merry Christmas or a Happy Birthday or something like that. But like, it's not like she lives in Florida.
Right.
Like what the fuck, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, so I started thinking about this after I said my brother moved to New Zealand.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
And since I was able to cut my mother out of my life, and didn't really, like, it was somewhat painful at the time, but now, like, like, I realize that no matter how close you are to somebody, like, you can go without them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So to me, it's similar to like a dying relative too. Like, yeah, it's going to suck for some period if you didn't get to do the last goodbye thing, but the sun's going to come up tomorrow.
Right. And then this is harsh to say, but if it's somebody you saw occasionally anyways.
Yeah. Like, how close were you?
Right. I mean, that would play into it. But if it was my favorite uncle,
it doesn't really matter how close you are.
I think if you're close enough with that person, like I said, you just go see him.
No, but I'm saying, like, say they moved to New Zealand, right? And it's just like it's
an ordeal.
That's wild.
It's really hard to see them, but like at the same time, like, to me, like, tomorrow is still going to happen. So, and eventually it won't hurt.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I'm like, my sister got married years ago, but she had her wedding last year. And I was going to go. I was going to actually be the person to host it, the officiator. Like,
you were going to.
I was going to do that for her. Okay. I didn't want to do that, but she asked me to do that.
Did you get your license?
I hoed and humped, so you didn't need it because she's already married.
Also, it's like so it was just $30 online.
Yeah, so. But you didn't need. The official stuff's already done. But like, I reluctantly agreed to do it, and I was gonna take my kids and everything because my mom was there, and then my mom, like, I was reluctantly because my mom was there, but I was gonna do it. And then my mom
text stuff happened.
Yeah, right? My mom like, call it God, call it Satan. There is some force in this universe that every time I'm about to do something or go out on a plank for my mother reminds me who she is. Like, it always happens. It always rears its ugly head. And that was the whole when she texted me thinking that she was texting somebody else.
Yeah, the accidental text.
Yeah, and she was like, Bobby's texting me all the time now. What's his problem? And we'll never be close again. Jeez. We'll never, and all this shit. And I wasn't texting her. She was texting me.
Right.
You
were just responding.
I was just responding, and then I stopped. Okay, now I can't even respond to you anymore. Like, and I stopped responding to her. But then I was like, okay, the rules of engagement have now changed. And I was like, and I told my sister, I was like, look, we're going. I'm still down to do all this shit, but I'm not speaking to her, and my family won't speak to her. She will be a dead person there to us. And they're like, well, and my sister was like sitting with that, and I was like, I said to her, I was like, if you want me to go, and I don't have to go, and she was dead quiet, and her husband, because it was like on a speakerphone thing, her husband Corey, who I like, Corey was like, well, I mean, if she says like, good morning, you'll say good morning, stuff like that, but not like a conversation. And I was like, Corey, I know you don't know me very well. And my sister just starts laughing.
Yeah.
And I was like, but when I say something, I mean exactly what I say. And then she was like, ugh. Like, and then I asked, like, sit with that. And then my sister wouldn't make the decision. So I made the decision for her.
She said, I'm not going to go.
I'm not coming.
Yeah.
So I would assume I'd play it out the same way here.
Yeah.
And just not go.
That's fair.
It's best for everyone, myself included. All right. So with that, way to end on a high note, Willie Slammo.
So that's our only question?
Yep. Only question for the week. Only question for the week. I wanted to see if there's anything else that I wanted to say. I think we're good. Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
Shout out. Joey's back next week. Joey's back next week. But thank you for filling in. And I wanted to see if there was anything else. No. Shout out to Dante on Facebook. Shout out to Joey on assignment. He'll be back. And with that,
Velvety vagina.
Moist thighs.
Tasty.
tight dick player.